I'm Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter, a coach who helps people professionally in a number of different ways. I love this question because I'm part of the history of this. Why do recruiters believe that passive job hunters are better than active ones? Now, I worked in search for more than 40 years before transitioning into coaching. You do the math as to when I started recruiting. And I'll just say to you that back in the Stone Ages, when there was no internet, you'd have to advertise in a local paper or in a national newspaper. The cost was very expensive. For example, back in the Stone Ages, if you ran a 3-line ad in the New York Times, it might actually cost you a lot of money to wind up with a little teeny tiny ad on the very bottom. And if you ran a larger one in their classified section, right? It doesn't exist anymore for job ads. If you ran an ad in the classified section that could be seen, it was a fortune. It was hundreds of dollars when that really meant something. And if you actually advertised in the New York Times financial section, that was thousands easily. So people like me, I created a myth. I'm not sure whether I was the original creator or part of a group of people who created it. But the idea was we told companies that we actively recruited for people because we couldn't afford to advertise to any degree, and that the best person would never see their ad in the newspaper because they weren't actively looking. So they would be able to get the best person who was actively looking where we would find the best person. And that myth is carried on. Now, when you look into modern times, you can see how ridiculous it is. Because let's say you post your resume on a job board and recruiters are contacting you through the job board. But then they find you through a referral, through LinkedIn, and they're contacting you and they think you're passive, but you're also advertising on a job board. Which way is it? Are you active? Well, to some people you are. Are you passive? To some people you are. And this is the craziness that people have, as though the methodology that the recruiter finds you through is what makes you superior. It isn't, quite obviously. But I was involved with that back in the Stone Ages, and we did it in order to get out of advertising costs and to create a campaign that would differentiate ourselves from all the mass marketers. It continues on today. It's stupid. And if you're an employer who happens to catch this, don't buy into it anymore. Everyone's using LinkedIn. Everyone's using the same medium. LinkedIn is everyone's database these days. Don't buy into the BS. Hope you found this helpful. I'm Jeff Altman. My website is thebiggamehunter.us. Go there and go exploring. There's just a lot there to help you. If you're interested in one-on-one coaching, very simply at the website, you can find information about how to schedule time for coaching or a free discovery call. Obviously, I'm going to charge you for coaching. I'd love to help you. And if you have questions for me, you can get them answered live. You can schedule time at thebiggamehunter.us/live, or if you're willing to accept a 3 to 5 minute video in response, you can contact me at thebiggamehunter.us/video answers. Hope you have a terrific day and be great.